New developments. A Dickinson County solar farm is in the works at a former Groveland mine site.
That's right. TV6's Annette Chiquino tells us where the project stands and how the surrounding community could benefit from its use of property.
Sitting at the corner of Felch, Norway, and Sagola townships, the former Groveland mine site has sat vacant for 42 years. It was operated from the early 1950s until 1981 under the ownership of the Hanna Mining Company.
This was the place to work in Dickinson County back in the day. It was a steady job, good money, good benefits. Sad to say, it came to a point where it was no longer feasible to process ore and sell pellets.
Now the site is being developed into a solar farm by Circle Power. Ground-mounted solar arrays will be constructed on rocky and sandy terrain, the byproduct of the mining.
We'll have a labor force of 2 that will be in charge of doing the operations and maintenance of this project. But prior to that, we'll have a staff of construction folks that will be here building the project. It'll probably take about a year, 6 months to a year for this project to be built. We'll spend about $20 million in local labor costs.
Moore says there will be no impact to surrounding areas. There will be continued access to Groveland ponds and all DNR roads, and recreation sites will continue to be accessible.
Originally, we had indicated that we were going to try and build some solar on the farmland itself, but we're not going to do that anymore. We were able to expand onto the part of the old abandoned mine site, and so we aren't putting any solar cells on any of the farmland that's near the area.
Vice President of Public Affairs Elise Matz says the project will cost $100 million to build, but will provide a bigger return.
It will generate about $12.4 million in tax revenue in total for all the local governments, including Dickinson County, Felch, Norway, and Sagola townships, and the school districts. So that's Norway, Vulcan, North Dickinson, and the Dickinson Iron ISD.
In fact, the company has created a legal contract in which the towns and schools are guaranteed the tax revenue, regardless of what the project costs to build.
If the project ends up owing more, if it costs more to build or if tax rates go up, the project is going to be obligated to that. But this simply sets a floor, and really it's us demonstrating that when we say $12.4 million that the project is fully constructed, we mean $12.4 million.
The next step is for Circle Power to obtain permits from the 3 townships. Once the solar farm is constructed, Circle Power says it will provide power to the region for at least 30 years. We've reached out to opponents of the project but have not heard back. Annette Chiquino, TV6 News, Dickinson County.